me go on to Major General K.K. Sinha, also joining us this morning. Good morning to you, sir. What are your beliefs this time around? Because it's been close to 2 years, we're looking at a situation that has drastically changed. If we say has improved that what Kashmir has been going through the turbulent times over several decades. Now, do you believe that this is a step forward when it comes to more peaceful times and getting back on track if we talk about democratic and electoral processes, sir?
Right. When you are correct, absolutely you are correct. That's a very important day and a historical day when the things are unfolding. It is probably after, abrogation of article and when the J&K Reorganization Act of 2019 came. After that, I think this is the most important thing which is happening, and the event in the evening when it will take shape. Now, when we are talking about because these things happen. Abrogation of Article 370 and 35A is one. Two states, two union territory which has been, carved out from the Jammu and Kashmir and also in the Ladakh area. Those are the main issues. The issue today, when you look at it, the voices are coming that, no one can represent Ladakh, the people of Ladakh. That is absolutely. What is happening, these parties which has come, especially the Gupkar alliances, they have been mentioning also of Ladakh area. Basically, they are of the view that, abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, and then when they are asking, the complete area of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. They are not talking about the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir. They are not talking about the delimitation exercise which is already unfolding it. The statehood of Jammu and Kashmir is an issue. Major political party, my understanding is there, and I believe that Congress is only talking about of the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir, means they have reconciled Article 370 and 35A abrogation. But the people who doesn't matter whether it is a national conference or PDP, even the PDP has gone one step, bringing the Pakistan, the same rhetoric of Pakistan, because their relevance, whatever the relevance they have got in Jammu and Kashmir is because of Pakistan. I was thinking, even the Congress will take a stand because it is happening in the residence of Ghulam Nabi Azad, because recently Vijay Singh and also you have seen Maini Shankaraya, the way they have brought the Pakistan, they have played the Pakistan card. So now these things are irrelevant, absolutely irrelevant. The government and 135 crores Indians, they have made and decided once for all that there is no look back as far as Article 370 is concerned, 35A is concerned, because this is the first time on 5th of August 2019 that India in true sense has been integrated as a nationhood. When you are talking about, because earlier there used to be two constitutions, there are two flags. So those are the things, is irrelevant, because this will come, because the people who are making this point, they will become irrelevant if they carry on.
All right, Major General Sinha, sir, please continue to be with us. I'm also joined by Yana Mirchandani, the Kashmiri activist, joining us here on the broadcast. Yana, good morning to you. Looking at the current developments, of course, this time around, there has been no precondition set. But we know that in the hearts of many of those Kashmiri leaders, they were reluctant enough to actually travel to Delhi and to meet the Prime Minister in person. They wanted one of such representatives who will represent all of those Gupkar alliance leaders there to go across and meet the Prime Minister on their behalf. Now, do you believe that setting no preconditions is actually a step forward?
Actually, your question is not clear to me. I could not hear what you actually asked. But if you can hear me clearly, I would like to tell you what my views are about this meeting.
All right, go on. Yes, Yana.
Yeah, I don't understand, why these people have been called by PM Modi for the meeting. If they want to know, what can be done for the valley and, what kind of feedback the people have to give. These are not the right kind of people, because these are only going to go and speak about restore 370. 370 was an article
that was beneficial to these people when they were chief ministers of the state. It's in no way beneficial to the citizens of Jammu and Kashmir. It's just a rhetoric. It's not our identity. Our identity is Kashmiriyat. Our identity is not some article that was made in 1954 as a temporary arrangement. That is not our identity, and it in no way is a citizen-friendly article, because there are, first of all, it has been eroded a lot of times, and second of all, because of the existence of 370, there are a lot of citizen-friendly laws at the center which were not being implemented in Jammu and Kashmir. I want to know, why did the center not call those leaders who would have spoken about the current conditions of Jammu and Kashmir, and what had happened before the abrogation of 370? Why did they not honest
because
leaders?
there are political leaders from all of them. I mean, all party sides. There are even BJP leaders who are included in this meeting. I'm sure they will be putting the fourth
Yes,
points that you are trying to mention. But don't you believe
but-
this is a time to actually come back into the mainstream? Of course, Kashmir has
My
been covered
point
times
is-
for several decades now, Jana. Mainstream
My
coming
point
back,
is-
reviving, restoring electoral processes. Don't you believe that this should be the move, a step towards the right direction?
My point is very clear. My point is, why do they have to include such people who only talk about Pakistan and 370? Why not get those leaders who would like to ask that, why don't we have our own cricket team in Jammu and Kashmir? Why don't why don't we have, why in such Sarvakshan, why was, before 370 was abrogated, why was Srinagar the dirtiest city in India at number 108? And now it has gone to number 34. Why don't we have leaders over there who ask, why is J&K still so behind in the IT sector? We still don't have what is known as SWA and
Well, this
Osman
is the way
in
forward,
Jammu and
Jana.
Kashmir.
I mean,
Why-
Major General Sinha, sir, if you could agree on my point that I'm trying to make. Of course, it's been over a year now, and if you're looking at the step in the right direction, all of those pointers that Jana has been making are significant, of course, when we talk about development of Kashmir, overall development of Kashmir, and letting the people join the mainstream. That is what opens the door for them, isn't it, Major Sinha?
Amita, absolutely, you are right. When you are talking about, the other issues, which was, which has taken place in the last 22 months after the abrogation, a lot of development work has been done. I'll just give you an example of the unemployment. The unemployment rate before that was 19%. Today it has been dropped down to 9%. You see, the gaining 10%, increase in this 22 months is something very, very, which no state can think of. When the overall, during this pandemic time, the unemployment rate has increased. Jammu and Kashmir is one of the examples where it has dropped down. See, when you talk about the development, the statistic shows, I don't want to repeat it, everyone knows about it. And this, what the ma'am is bringing out, Anna is bringing it out, and she is talking about why the, people who are actually matters have not been called. See, maybe you're right. She may be right. But in the political, process, this is just the beginning of political process. It is just started. And all those things who are contributing positively will find a place. When the statehood will come and when the election will take place, after the delimitation exercise, every voice, because it will be open to everyone. So, ma'am, my point to you is that, you are not irrelevant in this talk. Today is a political process, the beginning of it. The 14 leaders who have been brought out they have established themselves. Anyone who is doing it, of course, everyone, we also, and the people of India and the people who matters in the political circle, they knows the contribution of the people who wants to do and move ahead. So your place is very, very important. So don't get disheartened with this meeting. Today is a historical day because your formation has not taken place yet. You are forming, and the formation will take place. You will find your voice, your representation. You will represent into the electoral process. Wait for it.
Absolutely.
And please go ahead with the same positive thinking what you are speaking today.
Absolutely. Jana, would you want to respond to that? Because yes, it's the first step. It's been taken a long time now. And of course, the pandemic has hit hard, especially the tourism industry in the Kashmir Valley. And this is something that it's all about the revival process that we are talking about here, one step at a time.
But, I just feel that electoral process is going to start. Obviously, I'm very happy with that. And obviously, as a Kashmiri, I would want that there has to be a local party also here. Just like every other state has its own local party, like whether it's Shiv Sena for Maharashtra or TMC for West Bengal, even we deserve to have that. I'm all open for that. But inclusion of these people who created so much chaos in the political infrastructure of Kashmir for the past 70 years. Inclusion of these people in the electoral process again, giving them a chance again, is something I don't understand. They are asking to free the prisoners. the political prisoners, those are not just simply political prisoners. They are responsible
No,
for a lot of
probably
deaths here.
that was the very reason that no preconditions were set. Of course, there were actually some reluctance on the part of some of those leaders there, but at the end of the day, we're not looking at any preconditions set. So let's take in that point as in a positive way as to the leaders are open to any point of view as well. What they will be keeping before the Prime Minister, of course, that remains to be seen later in the day. But just updating our viewers on those pictures there on your television screens, what we are getting to know are the pictures of the Congress leaders who have arrived at Ghulam Nabi Azad's residence. We are getting to know that many of those leaders there and the deliberations in internal party meetings still continue before the actual meeting that happens with the Prime Minister in person. This is going to happen around 4 p.m. at the Lok Kalyan Marg, but we're also getting to know simultaneous BJP meeting that has also been chaired by the BJP National President JP Nadda at the party headquarters. We're looking at internal deliberations that are already on. We're looking at back-to-back meetings, whether be it in the Valley yesterday that were taking place today in the national capital, too, that has been taking place. Yana and Major General Sinha, sir, thank you very much for taking out your time, speaking to us live here on Republic as we continue to remain standby on Prime Minister's meeting. This is going to be a historic meeting, first time ever, right after the abrogation of Article 370, to bring back Kashmir in the political mainstream.